Okay, Eternal Champions. This is your boy, King Dev, coming back at you. I guess after about 9, 10 days since my last video. But, while it's been a little bit quiet, those that are watching closely is noticing a lot happening. And today I want to talk about our floor price. This is, again, a AAA gaming studio from Jam City. Champions Ascension is an NFT play to earn game that I'm pretty sure from my research, and please, DYOR, always do your own research. But from my research, this looks like it is the furthest along a AAA gaming studio has come to releasing their game, playable aspects of this game. And I'm going to get more into that. So, right now we're at a floor price, and this is a floor talk video. We're at a floor price of 0.31, which, if you think back, this floor price is just about the same price that the whitelist was minted at. It was zero point 0.3. So for everybody that was kind of complaining that they weren't able to get on the whitelist in the Discord after doing a lot of the shares and retweets and things like that, this is your chance to get in at the whitelist price, 0.31, zero point zero 0.01 more ETH. So come back, buy this floor price while you still can. But as we can see, this is also this is significantly less than what I paid for my champions, but I'm not worrying. In this floor price, we see, let's get rid of this real quick. And I don't know why we do the Aos like this. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. So 3 Aos is on the floor price. As you can see, there's no divinities, which will be represented by this hash mark in the top right corner if she had a divinity. Probably very low in purities, and those are pretty much the two things that people are looking at when buying. That's what makes these champions more rare. And I'll show you a divinity. And we're still at a 0.3 floor price moving along here. Mind you, these are all the champions. So this is the divinity. So the floor price of a divinity is 0.365. And I think he's pretty handsome. You know, that pink manicure, I think, throws a lot of people off, but I think this is a good buy. 0.365, one divinity. And then most likely this has a pretty low purity. Let's go into there real quick. And I'll show you all what the purities and divinities are. So we have the divinity here as represented by this hash mark, like I said. And down here we can check the purities. Now, the gameplay is not out yet, and it is still to be determined what exactly the divinities and the purities do. Speculation, and from what we heard at some of these AMA town halls, is the divinities represent one of the traits that are divine that could make the champion better at arena fighting or fighting in the game. Could be. We have yet to see the fighting, of course. Also, the purities. So we can look up the purities. There's a divine part, sorry. Look up the purities, 1 to 5. The purities, speculating, has been said, it is rumored that it will help with the breeding, making better champions from breeding, being more prolific, being a better breeder. Again, if you're familiar with Axie Infinity, a lot of comparisons has been made to Axie Infinity breeding, but we're just not sure how this is going to turn out. So with the purities, this champion has 1 purity. Core essence is life. That means 1 more matches, which is the war paint. That gives him the 1 purity. Now his divinity trait, it could be these claws because they're glowing. Sometimes you can tell what their trait is by looking at it. But there's a really good alpha full of alpha folks on Discord, and I wanted to share this graphic. He went and made a Google Doc with all of the traits and categorized which ones were divine, which ones were rare, which ones were uncommon, which ones were common, super rare, and so forth, with every single core essence, so that you would know exactly which trait you have is a divine trait, rare trait, so on and so forth. But I'm thinking that his divine trait is his claws, which is fractal, because they are glowing. And for some reason, I think that's why people don't want him, which I think is sad. I might consider picking up at this floor price with a divine trait at 0.365. which I think is just great. So more on the floor. So that's the lowest priced with one divinity. Now, a very important point I want to make, and this is going to be a short video, I promise you. Very important point I want to make. There are 7,622 champions total. Now watch this. If you go to the buy now, there are only 253 available to buy right now out of 7,622. I'm not a math whiz, but that's lower than 5%. You might be looking at 4%. You do the math. It's low. And considering that, and look, just so that we're clear, there's only 2 for auction. And I want to give a shout out to the for Divinity, Eos, champion number 2005, 2.4 top bid. If I had the ETH bag, I would probably scoop that one up, considering I think there's only 14 champions with 4 divinities. But that's another story. So, again, 253 for sale, 255 if you include the auction, out of 7,622. And I'll tell you what, folks, the floor price, although it is at currently 0.31, it goes up pretty fast. It goes up pretty fast with only a couple hundred up for sale. And so if you get in now at 0.31 with a pink manicure, AOS and all, you get to stake your champion you get to stake your champion at the end of April, looking at the roadmap. We'll take a quick peek here. Champions Ascension. Let's take a quick peek. And I'm going to give you some alpha from hanging around the Discord and from listening to the AMAs. It says roadmap here. We're into 2022, right? List pre-sale. We did all that, right? I got mine, I minted mine, you minted yours. Private sale, public sale. Owner perks. Okay, they took the snapshot. Those who held within a certain time, and of course, go back at my early videos. I can show you all of the controversies and things that popped up during the owner perks when that was going on, but we're past that, right? That's okay. Token and staking release, early 2022, based on the Discord and the AMAs with the developers. They're saying at the end of April. At the end of April, you can start staking each and every champion to get the gems, the tokens, I think they're called diamonds, that you need to buy land, to develop properties, storefronts, create weapons, and have that type of arbitrage inside of this universe. That's happening at the end of April. Staking happens, this is early 2022, probably right after that, early 22. This is broken into 3, early, mid to late, which is late. So we're looking at end of April, summer, the end of the year. We're looking at early 2022 MVP gameplay release. Now, even if that's in the middle of summer, that's going to be big. But let's back all the way up. We're over here. After the token and staking release happens, these champions are going to be staked. You can now buy the lowest priced champion. You can buy the floor and stake your champion and earn the same amount of tokens that a very rare champion would earn. I'm pretty sure this floor is going to be bought up so that land speculators, people that are into Web3 game spaces, this land is finite. There's a limited amount of land. There's a limited amount of tokens. I like the tokenomics on this, and maybe we'll dive deeper into that in another video. But you can get a deal buying now and staking early before the end of April. With that said, floor prices are different when you're looking at different types of floors inside of here. So, for instance, let's just go to, I don't know, call it 2 divinities, which there's only 956 with 2 divinities. Let's go to 2 divinities, And let's see what these prices look like. 0.58, okay, that's a good deal. 0.6, 0.62, 0.64. This floor rises fast, and that's if you even see many of them for sale. There's only a handful till you get to 1 ETH. And I'll tell you what, just looking at this game, the Discord, hodlers are going to hodl. AAA Gaming, Play to Earn, they've been hitting the calendar so far, right? There's been some hiccups. Again, you can look at that in my last video, but they've been hitting their roadmap. Okay, let's say we're looking at 3 out of 3 purity. Okay, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Purity 3, 3 to 5. Okay, 3 for 3, 3. All of these are 3 purity. There's only a handful of these as well. Okay, about 10%, well, a little bit more because 10,000 weren't minted, but 3 purities and up. We're looking at a floor of 0.397, and this floor rises fast too. 0.44, 0.45, 0.469, 0.5. And you get the idea. There are not many for sale. This floor is rising fast. So come the end of April, I can see this floor getting swept. I can see these champions being staked, and hodlers are going to hodl. Now, while you see a floor price of 0.31, don't let that fool you, not with this game. These are prices to sell. That's all for now. Stay tuned for my next video.